I've got some pretty shocking statistics here for you folks. We've got the U.S. economy. Employment is continuing to decline. The U.S. economy lost 6,000 manufacturing jobs in September. This is the fifth monthly contraction consecutively. During this time period, manufacturing jobs dropped off 60,000, the lowest level we have seen in years. Since the start of 2024, manufacturing jobs have seen 12 monthly declines. They've fallen almost 200,000 since 2023's peak. Transportation, warehouse employment, we've just plunged another 30,000. And a lot of employers across the USA are getting ready right now to lay people off.
Who lives here? You can get out to the back door.
You know, I almost didn't believe it when I started hearing that there were lots of classrooms across North Carolina. At the time in Illinois, New York, Texas, Louisiana, California, there were all these videos circulating that classrooms were pretty much empty because all of the illegal students weren't showing up for class. And then you see videos like this where people so afraid that their children who are in the country illegally are going to get picked up and taken out of this country. Then the parents picked up because the police will have the leverage of the children there. You see them actually pulling them out of the school buses.
Everybody back home, okay? Come on. Andy! Andy!
Now, what they did is they opened up the emergency chute on the back of this because they were in such a rush to get their children out and back home. I hope that each one of these people who are here illegally understand the crime that they have committed, the situation that they are in, get in a vehicle and go back to their home country of origin. Reapply, get into this country legally, and be a part of this community. That's my hope, and I don't know what you think about it, but you guys let me know down in the comment box.
I think we can all agree that the country is very divided right now, but I think the reason for that is simply that liberals and conservatives don't live in the same world. Illegal immigration is a world. Liberals live in a world where it's not clear what a man or a woman is. Illegal immigration is completely fine, and it's my body, my choice until it comes to...
He says injections here.
Nations. Oh, and I almost forgot the biggest one. Trump is completely bad and he's a dictator. And conservatives live in a world where a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and we need borders. We also understand that the government getting bigger is not a good thing, and you can't just give stuff out for free because at the end of the day, someone has to pay for it. We also live in a world where we understand that Donald Trump is not perfect, and there's definitely things that he's done that we don't like, and there's going to be things that he does in the future we don't like.
Honestly, it's those things that Trump does in the future that we're not going to like. That's one of the scariest points to me because I believe that the power that is being constructed across the country, including the detention, the Fourth Amendment right takeaway, the constitutional rights that are being eroded, I believe that those things are going to lead us into a very, very scary position. And I'll tell you something, if you look at the Marjorie Taylor Greene issue that just took place, well, what really happened? She started to go against the grain of the current administration. She lost her job. She lost her followers. She started getting actual, literal death threats against her. If you look at the voicemails that started happening, people were calling for her to be dragged through the streets. And that's the power dynamic shift that I'm scared of the most.
But he's not Hitler. And generally speaking, we have similar perspectives about the world that our parents and our grandparents did as well. So to all my conservatives out there fighting the good fight, I would encourage you not to even argue or entertain liberals who just have insane ideology.
So that's a very well-spoken, intelligent young man there. Here we've got some video over in New York City, folks, where they said ICE would never go. One of Mondami's major promises was that ICE would not be in New York City. You can see this is a recent video. We've got a Call of Duty Black Ops 7 advertisement up in the upper left-hand corner. That game was just released last week or the week before. We did a little bit of metadata and geoscaping on this video itself. Definitely inside of New York City, not just New York. This is an ICE immigration enforcement operation.
Whatever.
Okay, listen to what this lady says.
Tyson shutting down a plant isn't an accident.
Tyson's about to drop out 30,000 people. Another 30,000 people off the job list.
And it's what happens when 4 corporations run America's entire meat supply like a cartel. This isn't market conditions, it's corruption, and it's bought and paid for influence. It's decades of political donations and lobby money letting the big 4 do whatever the hell they want.
So she's absolutely right. You have just a number of corporations out there controlling the entire meat industry. A lot of them are getting their funding and money by guess who? Bill Gates, his organizations. Did you know that there is so much of McDonald's meat and the meat that you see today that has been actually pushed, touched in some way by Bill Gates and a new engineering mentality? Whether it's using the Bayer Monsanto only growable food crops, whether it is trying to give and poison. You saw it happen in Sweden and a couple of other countries, Holland. They're poisoning the cows so that they have less gas, but the cows are actually dying because you can't mess with a pet with an animal's system like that. So she's right.
And when they close a plant, ranchers get crushed, and consumers pay more, and communities collapse. And the monopoly gets even tighter. This is the game. Choke out competition, shrink processing options, and force the entire country to rely on a handful of companies, some of which aren't even American owned.
Smithfield Ham comes to mind, a Chinese corporation. So I believe that Donald Trump is in line with this because he is in favor of a high stock market. You can see the stock market doing better than ever in many regards, but you aren't because you're not part of the top 5%. Okay, after a disaster strikes, this is exactly what you're going to see. You're not going to have access to power. The National Guard won't arrive on time. If you're lucky, this video shows what you will get. Inside of this video is a helicopter drop of supplies to the Vietnamese people who just underwent a very hard and long flooding emergency. You can see the locals running to it, trying to get the supplies before everyone else does. Now, I want you to think for just a moment in your neighborhood or in your city. When they come and they drop goods off, are you going to be there to get it first? That means you're going to have a group that is actually watching for these drops to take place. And if it's anything like the Middle East where they drop these, it's a riot right after. It's the strongest guys, the fastest ones, the ones who control the most amount of force multipliers. Those are the ones who get the supplies first. If you're not there, you don't get it. And that's why being a prepper or a survivalist is so important, because you have the supplies on hand. You're not like these individuals running to the helicopter. Now, what you see here is the troops actually throwing off the food and the medicine off the side of the helicopter. A lot of times what this food and medicine will be are things like doxycycline, which is there to treat a lot of bacterial infections, amoxicillin, there to treat a lot of bacterial infections. You're going to see food, you're going to see some bleach packets or ways to sanitize water, make it safe. Sometimes they'll have communications so that you can call in when the disaster is basically unrepairable. And this is what you could hope for. This is, of course, a best case scenario. For the most part, you will have nothing. You will have to rely on just what you already have. So all of the kinetic projectile tools that you have must be on hand. Force multipliers must be on hand. The medicine that you have and need must be on hand. And that's why you're a prepper and a survivalist. So folks, you're watching Full Spectrum Survival on YouTube. This is YouTube's original prepper news channel. Please make sure that you are subscribed. If you see down there a hype button, That means that you have been a good little boy or girl to YouTube, and they gave you hype points. We have all of it enabled here on our side, so please click the hype button if you see it. It helps catapult this video out to other people. From my family to yours, please stay safe and keep watch.